HIV जैसी important बातें भी सीख जाते हैं. And so to give us some tips today, we have Dr. Ruby. But first of all, we want some pearls of wisdom from Dr. Sharda Jain, ma'am. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. मैम अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने आप को. डॉक्टर शारदा जैन मैम अनम्यूट कीजिए.
बंसल के बारे में कहना चाहूंगी that she is heading the Department of Preventive Health in Yashodhara Hospital in Ghaziabad. And I think ये एक इन लोगों बहुत एक नई चीज शुरू की है preventive health में, and she's working so hard on HIV, and we must listen to her. She gives real pearls of wisdom. So by the time ma'am comes back, can I request Dr. Jyoti Agarwal ma'am to give us a recap of needle stick injury? Over to you, Dr. Jyoti.
Thank you, Dr. Divya. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So a very warm good afternoon to all of you. Before we go on with HIV-1 and HIV-2 by Dr. Ruby Bansal, I would like to recapitulate for the benefit of the viewers what Dr. Ruby taught us so beautifully and in depth about needle stick injury. I'm not able to do the full justice, but I will try my best. Needle stick injury, it sounds so scary. And what are we scared of? We are scared of हमें HIV तो नहीं हो जाएगा. But friends, more than HIV, we should about hepatitis B and hepatitis C. Because after is 30 to 40%. If the viral load is very high, it may reach up to 60%, which is a very, very significant number. And for hepatitis C, getting the disease after needle stick injury is as high as 10 to 15%. And now coming to HIV. HIV, after any needle stick injury, the chances of getting HIV is only 0.03%. I repeat, 0.03%, much, much less than 1%. So we need not panic, but continue working under safe working practices. But the thing is, if it happens, what to do? The needle stick has been coded into 3 categories, mild, moderate, and severe, depending upon 2 main factors. And these 2 factors are amount of the infected blood or any infected body fluids coming in contact with us, or the duration of the exposure. The duration of exposure is also very important, because longer the duration of exposure, chances of getting the disease is high. Then the disease can occur even with an intact skin. Ablated skin में तो chances हैं, but intact skin से भी हो सकता है if the viral load is high and if the duration of exposure is long. So prevention is better than cure. Unfortunately, we do not have any medicine or vaccine against HIV so far, but we can follow safe practices and universal barrier precautions. We all are familiar with about the mask, the shield, the goggles, the apron, the boots, and everything. And I'm sure all of us are following it. But still, if it happens, the first step is do not panic. Just do not panic. Wash your hand immediately under running tap water. That is the main thing. Squeeze it, don't suck it. Let it wash, get it washed thoroughly. And once you have completed the washing, dry it and put a waterproof dressing on it. And then once you are over with the procedure, always consult an expert about the antiretroviral medicine. And it is always better to take, if in doubt, one should always take antiretroviral medicine. Earlier the medicine taken, better is the efficacy to prevent the disease. Remember that if the medicine is to be taken, it should be taken in the first 2 hours to be more effective. And once you are done with it, still अगर मेरे मन में डाउट है कि मैंने दवाई तो खा ली थी लेकिन फिर भी HIV तो नहीं हो रहा, मैं अभी विंडो पीरियड में हूँ, then we can get HIV antibody testing done after 4 weeks, then after 3 months, 6 months, and then 1 year. And if all are negative, we are on the safer side. So you don't have to worry about much. And there is one more added advantage with HIV as compared to hepatitis B, that HIV outside on the surface stays for a shorter time as compared to B. So what I want to tell you that HIV का तो precaution महीना है, we have to ensure working practices and follow all the universal barrier precaution. Much more important, as a doctor, it's a responsibility to see that each one of us get vaccinated against HSV, and to get all the staff members working with us that they are vaccinated. This is very, very important because surface पे hepatitis B ज़्यादा समय तक रह सकता है as compared to HIV, even for 3-4 days. So जो people बाद में OT करने वाले बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट, इन सब चीजों का हमें ज्यादा ध्यान रखना है. एंड नेवर फॉरगेट अबाउट हेपेटाइटिस बी वैक्सीन. एंड डॉक्टर्स ही यूजुअली उस कैटेगरी में आते हैं जिनको अपना स्टेटस नहीं पता होता. इफ द स्टेटस इज नॉट नोन, इट इज बेटर आप एंटीबॉडी टाइटर करा सकते हैं, आजकल फ्रीली अवेलेबल है. एंड अगर टाइटर नहीं कराया तो बेटर है वैक्सीन लेने से. 3 डोजेस लगती है, 0, 1 and 6 months पे. सो आई होप आई हैव डन जस्टिस टू डॉक्टर रूबीज एंड
ब्यूटीफुली मैम, आपने इतना इल्यूसिव लॉन्ग टॉक को इतना शॉर्ट उसमें बता दिया है सबको. आई थिंक इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल रिकैप एंड यू आर एक्सपर्ट इन रिकैपिंग ऑल दीस थिंग्स.
Thank you, Dr. Ruby. It's all with your guidance. HIV के बारे में पहले कुछ भी नहीं मालूम था, अब धीरे धीरे पता लग रहा है, इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है. Thank you, Dr. Ruby. And may I request Dr. Sharda Jain to please say a few words before we start the session on HIV too.
Yeah, why HIV fascinates me. I have no answer. I think Ruby probably has an answer or not. Why there is a divide of South and North? Why Tamil Nadu? Why Andhra Pradesh? Why Karnataka are high-risk states? And why the northern area and all that particular belt is a low-risk state? One thing, that answer is not there with us.
This is there, ma'am.
That 50% of the baby who are HIV positive die in the first year. Why should they die? They die because
They don't know the
we have not
status.
been able to diagnose their
Yes, they
status,
don't know the status.
and that is why they die. So I think, that we have to do at the gynecologist front, a lot of things have to be done. Why we are losing so many babies, This is one thing. And a long time, I did not know the difference between HIV-1 and HIV-2. So let's listen from Dr. Ruby today, and then we will know what is HIV-1 and HIV-2.
Thank you,
so,
ma'am.
Over.
Thank you, ma'am. That case is Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am's case, which is a case of the vulvovaginitis. I will just share my screen. And basically, because it's a, you just please let me know if you can see. Can you see my
Yes,
screen?
yes, we can see. We can see.
Okay. So this is the case which is Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am has diagnosed. I must say that this is the, I think this, that was Dr. Sharda Jain ma'am with complaint of vaginal itching, pain, white discharge and pain during maturation. So that was just a complaint. And I must say this is a common complaint which anybody can have, and which is absolutely, there is no indication of testing HIV or anything. But just we'll go ahead. Gynecologist, from the gynecologist perspective, patient was unmarried, sexually active, basically because she could take the history. Yes, but she has not given any details. Examination, swollen vulva with vaginitis, which she could examine, and she feel that there is something, she didn't like about the vulva or the vaginitis. She was a little surprised with the type of infection. Ask her for the viral markers as the proactive approach. I'm saying that not usually any gynecologist or anybody, even eye physician, may not be think of. But rest routine blood investigation were done. Pap smear was not done, basically because infection was very severe. Given oral and as well as the local medication for the vulvovaginitis. So what was the, I'm just coming to what was the report when madam has advised for HIV test, and hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis B and C was negative, but here we are just talking about the HIV. So you can see, it is just a minute. This is the report. HIV-1, there is nothing. HIV-2, this is just mentioned, they sent to the National Referral Lab. This was the report when this report came. And definitely there was no clue what is going to happen. And even the gynecologist was surprised ki what is there. She was not able to answer. Even patient was not able to answer. But the lab report, they told कि नहीं हमने आपका report भेजा है further. आपका blood sample चाहिए and we will test it again, right? So NRL, National Referral Lab report, they have given the report after 2 days, HIV-1 negative, HIV-2 positive. Now again is a thing, ki what is this HIV-1 and HIV-2? So there was a confusion, basically because it was a good lab, that's why they were able to even detect HIV-2 positive. Otherwise, it's usually missed. And Dr. Shada Jain ma'am sent this patient to me. She personally called and asked patient to contact me. Patient definitely was surprised and was very much into the stress and the dilemma, what is going to happen with me, and she came to me with the tears and fears. So I just counsel that patient. I have taken the history, full history. She has given me, she has in the past 2 partners with whom she had the sexual contact. I asked her whether any of the partner is positive. She told no. I asked her whether the partner which you are currently meeting, ask him to test. She tried, but that person didn't test. So we don't know where was the source. So I asked to do the viral load. Viral load, definitely patient, again, this was a mistake she has gone through. She told I am doing the viral load and HIV-1 viral load was done. But definitely, here there is a little bit of problem. It was showing that it is below 20 copies because they just asked ki test is positive, that's why. But in HIV-2, HIV viral load does not mean any significance. Basically because this is a viral 2, HIV viral 2, HIV-2. And HIV for HIV-2, we need to ask for HIV-2 viral load. This was done by the patient itself. Okay, when she came, I asked to do the HIV-2 viral load. Again, you can see the HIV-2 viral load, it was showing the virus present, but the below 100 copies. So I will come to, again, you just keep listening carefully. What is going? There is a little confusion and you might not get everything very clearly. But I will explain. I will try to explain it. So I asked this patient to do the Western blot test. Western blot test, usually nowadays we are not doing for HIV-1 diagnosis. If I told last time also, HIV-1, if we are diagnosing, if we are doing with the 3 different methods, whether it is HIV rapid test or ELISA or 3 tests with the different kits. If 2 are positive, then we are labeling the patient HIV positive. Sometimes when there is confusion, there is discrepancy, then only we are advising a Western blot because it's a little costly test and there is no point if HIV-1 is positive. But patient was having the HIV-2. I wanted to see how, basically because HIV-2 is a rare virus and in India it's more rare, but definitely we are getting that. So I just because young girl, 25-year-old, unmarried, whole life in front. So I wanted to see, clear it very clearly whether she is HIV-2 positive or not. I asked to Western blot, which is specifically for HIV-2. Western blot is a test where we are looking into the different antigens. So you can see in this report, there are GP125, GP80, P68, P58, 6. So these are all the antigens which she was positive. She was positive, you can see around 9 to 10 antigens. So it's a very, very strongly positive HIV-2 virus. So definitely we have labeled her. I have asked for CD3, CD4, CD8 count. So CD4 count was 457, which was again below normal. As such, 500 and above, we feel normal. But patient was asymptomatic. No weight loss, nothing. So I'll just come to the point HIV-2. The first case of HIV-2 was isolated from the AIDS patient in West Africa. And this is more prevalent in the African countries. But as we know, there are a lot of students and lot of travelers coming to the India, or people are going there. So might be with the sexual contact, this virus came, roaming around the world. 1987 in the USA and in 1991 in India, the first case came. So this was the first case in 1991. We found HIV-2, and there are many cases which we are missing still. So it is postulated that HIV-1 came to the humans from chimpanzees and the gorillas. So we all know this, because in the South Africa they have the different sexual practice, and there are the few practices of might be they are having the sex with the like animals also. So which is not clear. So I am not pointing it out. HIV-2 is transmitted by the sooty manga bees, a specific specific type of the chimpanzees, which are chimpanzees or gorillas, which are a specific type of different breed. So that was found in them, and with them it came to the humans. So there are at least 8 identified subtypes of HIV-2, but only subtype A and B are commonly found in most of the population. HIV-2 is most common in Western Africa and is becoming more common in India. I told you the reason, basically because the travelers and the sexual practices. The young population is sexually quite active, and they are having the multiple sex partners. So maybe because of this, it is coming. And we are seeing a lot of even this is sex rackets are also so much in around the world. So this can happen with any form of the thing anyways. A small number of cases has been seen in Portugal, France, other European countries also, even UK and America. But again, most common in Africa. HIV-1 is most widespread type worldwide, basically because if we say all the cases, 98% cases are of HIV-1 world over. Only the approximate 2% cases, 1 to 2% cases, we will found a HIV-2. It is a less prevalent and less pathogenic. Means it does not cause the severe disease. There is a big difference between genetic difference in HIV-1 and HIV-2. So, so it cannot be mismatched. कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि HIV-1 था तो उसको हम HIV-2 पिक कर लें, और HIV-2 पर था तो HIV-1, मतलब HIV-1 ही रहेगा और HIV-2 ही रहेगा, क्योंकि दोनों के वायरस में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस है. दैट्स वाई स्पेसिफिक टेस्ट के थ्रू ही डिटेक्ट किया जा सकता है. तो ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि कई बार जो रैपिड टेस्ट की किट होती है वो सिर्फ HIV-1 को डिटेक्ट करती है, तो अगर HIV-2 है तो इट कैन बी मिस्ड इजीली. वो HIV-1 पिक नहीं करेगा किसी भी एंटीजन को. तो HIV-2 का सीरो कन्वर्जन वायरल लोड बहुत लो होता है. सो दे आर कॉल्ड द स्लो प्रोग्रेसर. लॉन्गर पीरियड में इनके वायरल लोड नहीं बढ़ता है जिस तरह से हम HIV-1 का वायरल लोड. अगर हम कहते हैं कि HIV-1 का वायरल लोड 5 से 10 साल में बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है. इवन आई यूज्ड टू सी द 1 करोड़ वायरल लोड कॉपीज और लाइक दिस, बट HIV-2 never ever. Maximum you can find 5,000 copies, 10,000 copies, 15,000 copies. So it is a very, very, very slow progressing virus. It will lie. They can transmit the infection to others, but viral load will not be rapidly rising. 5 to 15% of the population infected with HIV is considered to be the long-term, long processor. मतलब जो अगर हम कुछ HIV-1 के लोगों में भी देखते हैं तो सिर्फ 5 से 15% होते हैं जो कि जिनमें वायरल लोड बहुत स्लो प्रोग्रेस करता है. वो काफी समय तक कम वायरल लोड ही रहता है, बट वो इन्फेक्ट कर सकते हैं. और HIV-2 में इसका उल्टा है. 86 to 95% पीपल जो HIV-2 से होते हैं वो लॉन्ग टर्म नॉन प्रोग्रेसर रहेंगे. मतलब वायरल लोड बढ़ेगा ही नहीं, बहुत स्लो बढ़ता है. इवन डिजीज भी बहुत ज्यादा तेजी से नहीं फैलती है. Vertical transmission from the gynecologist part of view, vertical transmission is definitely much lesser in HIV-2, or it is negligible. Early prospective study 1100 जो बच्चों की गई थी, infants born to the HIV-1 and HIV-2 infected, that has been seen कि vertical transmission took place in 21% of the infants with HIV-1, but there was no transmission has been seen in infants born to the HIV-2 infected mother. Simple reason is viral load. Viral load is very less, and I have told last time, because HIV जो ट्रांसमिशन होता है वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द वायरल लोड. जितना ज्यादा वायरल लोड होगा उतना ही ट्रांसमिशन रेट हाई होगा. तो HIV-2 में इस तरह का नहीं होता. सिम्टम्स कैन बी सेम इन HIV-1 एंड HIV-2. फीवर, body rash, sore throat, swollen gland, headache, upset of stomach, which are a common flu symptoms. These are the symptoms of even now we are just dealing with the corona patient. So these are the same symptoms we are finding. So any viral illness is having same kind of the symptoms. So that is with HIV-1 and HIV-2 also. Few clinical differences. Slides are little cloudy basically because I can't make that presentation pictorial, or because it is all about the differences. So it is less clinically symptomatic. HIV-2 is less clinically symptomatic. We will not found much of the opportunistic infection like I told in HIV-1, tuberculosis, PCP, or that kind of the things we don't get in HIV-2 cases. Sometimes we get encephalitis, जो कि ऑप्टिक नर्व हो सकती है, स्पाइनल कोड और ब्रेन की लीजन्स हो सकते हैं, जो कि हमें जब CD4 कम होता है, CD4 इसमें भी कम होता है, सो opportunistic infection can occur. परंतु इन केसेस में अगर किसी को opportunistic infection भी है, हमें वायरल लोड बहुत ज्यादा नहीं मिलता है. CD4 will fall, but viral load will not grow much. So nephropathies कुछ हो सकती हैं. Or I have approximate 4 to 5, I think I have 4 patients of HIV-2. And so far, one patient is quite already, I think 8 years, he's on HIV, he's HIV-2, but he did not start the treatment. Basically, because the simple reason, many times I ask him to start the treatment, but he is denying कि नहीं madam, मेरा viral load तो आता ही नहीं है. Because for last 8 years I am following and his viral load is not more than 100 copies. So that is the difference in the clinical pathology. But as such, he got the few opportunistic infection, and he landed up into the hospital. He got tuberculosis once, he got the other, but still he is not willing to start the treatment. That is definitely the patient's choice. We can counsel, we can just guide the patient. And this patient, which is this vulvovaginitis, she was also under my follow-up. For the last 2 years, she has been diagnosed, but she also did not start the treatment because she was saying she's feeling okay, and now she went abroad, and she told me she's contacting me off and on, but she told me I will come, ma'am, and will start. And so I have advised her basically because we need to start the treatment, as now we are into the test and treat strategy. किसी का भी HIV test positive आता है, irrespective of CD4 count, irrespective of viral load, everybody should be on the treatment. That is the thumb rule now, as of now. All the, this is the rule worldwide. Earlier, पहले हम बात करते थे CD4 जब अगर 350 से कम होगा, फिर आया 500 से कम होगा, परंतु अब सब दुनिया में एक ही रूल है, टेस्ट एंड ट्रीट. टेस्ट पॉजिटिव, ट्रीट द पेशेंट. कोई चीज आपको नहीं देखनी है, ट्रीट करना ही है, क्योंकि उसके बहुत सारे फायदे हैं. ट्रीट करने से स्टार्ट होते ही ट्रांसमिशन रेट दूसरे लोगों में कम हो जाएगा, डेथ रेट कम हो जाएगा, और जो अपॉर्चुनिस्टिक इन्फेक्शन है वो नहीं रहेगी. तो बहुत सारे फायदे हैं. तो इसीलिए अभी वर्ल्ड ने, होल वर्ल्ड हैज स्टार्टेड ऑन दिस स्ट्रेटेजी. उसी की वजह से हम जो है HIV को कम कर पाएंगे. तो इसीलिए टेस्ट एंड ट्रीट. HIV-1 और HIV-2 के क्लिनिकल मैनेजमेंट के लिए अगर हम बात करें तो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है. जो मेडिसिन HIV-1 में काम करती हैं वो HIV-2 में may not work, पर HIV-2 की सारी मेडिसिन HIV-1 में काम करती हैं. तो इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट बात यही है कि फर्स्ट लाइन ट्रीटमेंट नहीं चलता है. We have to put on the second line treatment, which is the protease inhibitor. They are the active agent for HIV-2, not the nucleoside or non-nucleoside inhibitors. I know you will not understand all these terminology, but I am simplifying it कि जो हम ट्रीटमेंट जैसे कि टेनोफोविर, लेमिविडीन और इफाविरेंज अगर हम HIV-1 में किसी को भी दे सकते हैं, इट विल वर्क, पर HIV-2 में ये सब बिल्कुल भी काम नहीं करेंगी और पेशेंट विल कम विद द साइड इफेक्ट. दैट हैपन विद माय जो फर्स्ट पेशेंट था, कहीं पर एडमिट हुआ एंड उन्होंने उसको वीराडेव पर मतलब लाइक टेनोफोविर, लेमोविडिन और इफाविरेन पर डाल दिया एंड ही फेस लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. तो जब मेरे पास आया आई टोल्ड कि आपको तो ये वाली मेडिसिन सूट ही नहीं करेगी क्योंकि आप HIV-2 हैं. सो ये बहुत इजीली अच्छे लोगों से मिस हो जाता है. बट एवरी गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि देयर इज अ टर्मिनोलॉजी, देयर इज सम काइंड ऑफ द वायरस HIV-2 एग्जिस्ट एंड वी शुड नॉट मिस. So treatment is HIV-2, maybe lopinavir, darunavir, they are the potent drug and we have all the drugs available in India. I told last time also and I am telling, whatever is, available in the world, we have. And we have at much cheaper rate. This is thanks to our pharma companies. हमारे पास जितनी भी HIV की मेडिसिन है सबसे सस्ती हैं दुनिया में और सबसे अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट अवेलेबल है as of now. So therapy for drug-resistant HIV-2 infection, again, these are the complications basically because sometimes the patient has been started on the first time treatment, so बहुत जल्दी resistant होती हैं. तो इसलिए every individual has different treatment strategy. हम इसके लिए resistant testing भी करते हैं और viral load testing भी. Ritonavir boosted protease inhibitor, lopinavir ritonavir या darunavir ritonavir या टेनोफोविर, एम्ट्राइसाइटामिन, बहुत सारे ड्रग के नेम है. आई एम श्योर, आई नो कि नॉट एवरीथिंग यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, बट जस्ट फॉर दिस लाइक अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई हैव जस्ट पुट ऑल द ड्रग्स नेम व्हिच कैन बी यूज्ड इन HIV-2. Only thing you should remember, this is the second line therapy. Which is the second line therapy for HIV-1 can be used for HIV-2 as initiation. Okay. So HIV-1 and 2 co-infection, West Africa में 0.3 से 1% HIV infected patients, they have duly infected. मतलब HIV-1 and HIV-2 दोनों वायरस हैं, बहुत ही कम लोगों में है पर हैं, ऐसा भी है. इसीलिए हम हर पेशेंट को HIV-1 और HIV-2 दोनों टेस्ट कराते हैं और दोनों का ही वायरल लोड भी देखते हैं. So that is important. I have one patient with the co-infection जिसको HIV-1 एंड HIV-2 दोनों पॉजिटिव आते हैं. सो उनके लिए हमारी जो ट्रीटमेंट स्ट्रेटेजी होती है वो HIV-2 वाली हम ऑप्ट करते हैं बिकॉज HIV-2 वाली स्ट्रेटेजी HIV-1 में काम करती है पर HIV-1 वाली स्ट्रेटेजी HIV-2 में काम नहीं करती है. तो इसलिए मॉर्टेलिटी भी जो HIV-2 में है वो कम है और HIV-1 एंड 2 का को इन्फेक्शन होता है तब वो सेम रहेगी जितनी की HIV-1 में होती है. ट्रीटमेंट फेलियर have been noted in the co-infected patients जो कि अगर वो HIV-1 को टारगेटेड थेरेपी स्टार्ट करते हैं, मतलब हमारी फर्स्ट लाइन ट्रीटमेंट अगर स्टार्ट करते हैं तो वहां पर फेलियर ज्यादा होगा. तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. एंड जो ये पेशेंट थी वल्वोवेजिनाइटिस डेफिनेटली उसकी ठीक हो गई थी एंड आई कुड इवन एबल टू गिव हर द वैक्सीन फॉर cervical cancer basically, which is very important, and Dr. Shada Jain ma'am is always very much active for all these vaccination कि सभी लड़कियों को वैक्सीन लगवाना चाहिए. So I am taking that it very seriously and all my HIV patients, all girls are vaccinated for cervical cancer and this girl also has taken everything seriously. This is a well educated girl, बहुत अच्छी जॉब में, बहुत अच्छी पढ़ी लिखी लड़की और but definitely this is a now new norm to have the sexual contact or like live-in relationship or something for the unmarried girls. So that is absolutely not a something, and we should not judge these girls. We should not. We should deal with the empathy. I believe whatever this is their personal life, how they want to live. We can just guide them properly. So take home message, and it's especially important for the gynecologist. So very important this thing basically because you all are the first hand who can diagnose these cases. All the girls, all the women are coming to you, whether they are unmarried or married. They may come with the unwanted pregnancy, they may come with the vaginal infection, they may come with the any STD. Basically because जब females को STD होती है, कोई भी sexually transmitted infection होता है, तो वो venerologist के पास या skin specialist के पास नहीं जाती, वो सबसे पहले gynecologist के पास जाती है. तो gynecologist के लिए बहुत अच्छी विंडो है इन सब डायग्नोस करने के लिए, HIV डायग्नोस करने के लिए, हेपेटाइटिस बी डायग्नोस करने के लिए, इवन द सिफिलिस एंड गनोरिया. आई डोंट नो, गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट मस्ट नो कि how many are doing for the gonorrhea testing or the syphilis, VDRL. VDRL definitely, these STDs now you can see it is much lesser than they were earlier. I think gynecologists will be agreed with me because they are not seeing as much as they were seeing it in earlier, maybe in 90s or 80s. But as of now, जब से हमारे पास PrEP आया है, प्री एक्सपोजर प्रोफाइलेक्सिस फॉर HIV, तब से लोगों ने कॉन्डम यूज कम कर दिया है और उसके बाद से हमारी जो प्रैक्टिस है उसमें हमें बहुत सारी केसेस देखने को मिलते हैं सिफिलिस के एंड गोनोरिया के. जितने भी HIV फिजिशियंस हैं या जो डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट हैं, दे आर नाउ एवरी कॉन्फ्रेंस वी आर टॉकिंग कि दीज केसेस आर राइजिंग जस्ट बिकॉज पहले सिंड्रोमिक ट्रीटमेंट की वजह से और कॉन्डम प्रमोशन की वजह से ये केसेस काफी कम हो गए थे. इवन जो कमर्शियल सेक्स वर्कर हैं उनमें काफी कम हो गए थे ये केसेस. दिस वाज बेसिकली बिकॉज एवरीबॉडी वाज ऑन सिंड्रोमिक मैनेजमेंट. परंतु जब से PrEP आया है, लोगों ने कॉन्डम यूज करना कम कर दिया है, तो ये केसेस भी बढ़ने लगे हैं. सो टेक होम मैसेज इज सेक्सुअल हिस्ट्री इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन ऑल पेशेंट irrespective of the married or unmarried, right? HIV testing can be considered in all diseases because gynecologists have this window to get this test done. If they are finding some such kind of the vulvovaginitis or the vaginitis or the other discharge or anything, they can guide it. HIV-2 also should be kept in mind. कहीं भी आपको discrepancy अगर testing में दिखती है, तो HIV-2 also, although numbers are less, but it should not be ignored. HIV-1 viral load is definitely not compatible for HIV-2. Earlier, we were not having the HIV-2 viral load, but now it is available with the labs. LARS is doing, Metropolis is doing. So this test is available. Test and treat approach is best for the patient as well as for the society. Gynecologists can play a vital role in diagnosis HIV in young people. So as I told, do not miss this opportunity of counseling and testing STD, HIV, and definitely the cervical cancer. Use the opportunity to guide the safe sexual practices, condom promotion, and other vaccines like especially the cervical cancer vaccine. And definitely don't miss the opportunity to counsel about the hepatitis B vaccine, which Dr. Jyoti very clearly told. And this is the very, very cheap vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine, easily available. So everybody should be taking it. So that was all about the short talk about the HIV-2. It is little complicated, but I tried it to be simplified, and I am ready for any kind of the questions from the house if you have.
I think I will summarize what Dr. Ruby has said. The hepatitis 2 is only 2%. HIV-2 is only 2%. Yes. Hepatitis 1 is around 96% and mixed is around 2%. She has very clearly said that the load is less. There's a rarely vertical transmission and it is less transferable also. But at the same time, if you're positive, you have to get treated. These highly educated people read a lot and they feel that, they can go away without treatment, and that's a basic problem of theirs. And they get scared. Another thing is, take a tip from me, anybody who comes with vaginitis, vulvovaginitis, and patient admits is sexually active. Vulvovaginitis very rarely, 2% may be happening because of bad anorectal hygiene. But otherwise, I feel it is always sexually transmitted. And that's why always get your viral markers done in such patients. Many times patients very innocently, they get the test done. And in case if she is not getting the test, then write down patient requested viral markers refused. So you find that these patients now, as far as the LAL lab is concerned, there are two sets of things are there. One is screening test, they charge only 1,000 rupees. There's an advanced test, they charge 4,000 rupees. But if any doubt is there, on their own, they do an advanced test because the test is so rare. And all these hi-fi who indulge in premarital sex, if you just ask their vaginitis, how long you are having this partner, they will very innocently admit that they have multiple partners. This is another problem which has come. So I find, the gynecologist will play a safe game. Like in this particular patient, I did not know HIV1 and HIV2. I was confused with the HIV1 was negative and HIV2 was positive. And they said, wait for the report. Then I said, Ruby, bhaiya, iska kuch karo. And naturally, she was highly educated. She went because anybody gets an HIV label, it's a problem. But I'm telling you, premarital sex is on a rise. People don't mind telling that they are sexually active. But when it comes to viral markers, when it comes to cervical cancer vaccination, they're a bit hesitant. You do a little bit counseling and they will fall in line. And I think, you have to be, I did not know that this lady was posing a problem. Otherwise, I'm good at counseling. I would have told her the treatment is required for you. So I think things have made very clear by Dr. Ruby. Excellent presentation, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. If anybody has any questions, so I am happy to answer. And this patient, ma'am, this patient is quite, she was regularly following me up. She went to the UK. She told, ma'am, I will come. Because she was a chartered accountant working with a good company and a good educated girl. So I believe she will come and she will start the treatment.
Correct. Any question to Dr. Ruby?
Dr. Ruby?
Yeah.
Ruby,
Dr. Ruby, like HIV1, if you have started the treatment for HIV2, it is to be continued lifelong even for HIV2?
Yes, ma'am. Treatment is lifelong, basically because this is the virus we did not get yet, which can kill the virus. No, but with the medication, these patients do wonders. I mean, there is no problem. I have the patient with the 15 years, 20 years who are on the medication, but they are absolutely normal.
All HIV patients live a normal life. Now, you asked me one question, why we are seeing less syphilis and gonococcal. We use doxy in everything. People are scared of using penicillin, but gynecologists use doxycycline left and right like Ganges water. Ganga jal ki tarah use karti hai. Isliye we don't see.
Agree.
All sexual transmitted diseases, the only answer is doxycycline. अगर किसने 10 दिन गोली खाई है तो भैया उसको नहीं मिलेगी आपको.
ठीक बात है. Absolutely. Yes, Dr. Ila, you were asking something? Yeah, Dr. Ila.
hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know that if HIV2 or even HIV1 also, so what strategically for antenatal patients, apart from that, when we find that there is some lesion which is suspicious of HIV, only then we get it. So can you tell us some few more indications in which we should routinely get the HIV test done?
Ma'am, as such, the antenatal part is concerned, every female who is pregnant should be tested for HIV. And I must say, every girl who is coming with any kind of the sexually transmitted STD, whether it is a discharge, whether it is a vaginitis, which Madam told, vulvovaginitis, so you should test them. And especially in the young girl who are unmarried and having the sexual contact, every girl should be counseled for the testing. Basically, because even it is very difficult nowadays to understand whether they have the one partner or they have the multiple partner. Now you can see, I'm seeing, I'm sorry to say, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff, lot of young girls who are like having these sexual practices for the sake of the fun, for sake of the experiment, and for sake of the even the earning. I mean, they are not the sexual worker. They are not the sex worker. There is a different category of the sex worker, but all the good class, high class girls, they can have the multiple sex partner, whether it is their work related, I mean, maybe you can say the abuse, or not abuse, but mutual agreement, the multiple sex partner with the working business or so many of the things. I know basically because I'm working in the field so long. So there are a lot kind of the stories whether once they used to tell. So every girl who is coming with vaginitis or vulvovaginitis should be tested. I feel ki better to do the one test, not to miss, because it is a lifelong disease, and early the diagnosis, early the treatment, less spreading of the transmission.
Okay. That's a very important point, because till now we were considering other factors for the candidiasis or something, because like diabetes, and I have diagnosed also number of patients with the candidiasis even in young girls, and sometimes there is antibiotic intake or something like that. But now this is a very important point. I think all the patients with vulvovaginitis.
Dr. Ila, from 10 years till any time, if she is a premarital sex, she is not married, you must get viral markers.
Yes.
Candidiasis kuch nahi karte usko kuch.
Absolutely agree, ma'am. There are a lot of cases. I have the cases where the girls are sexually abused by the family members. They are positive, and these girls don't have any clue कि what is the HIV and how they get. Even as madam told कि जो young age में जो 1 साल की age में mortality है वो because of कि माओं को पता ही नहीं है कि उनको HIV पॉजिटिव है और उनके बच्चों को ट्रांसमिशन रेट हाई है. सो अभी तक हमारे यहाँ आपकी मेट्रो सिटीज में तो एंटीनेटल क्लिनिक में आप लोग HIV करते हो, पर अभी भी आप गांव में जाओ, जो घर में डिलीवरीज होती हैं, दाई कर रही हैं, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ, हमारे पास जितने भी बच्चे हैं वो सब माँ से ट्रांसमिशन है, मदर टू चाइल्ड ट्रांसमिशन है. एंड इसको रोकने के लिए गवर्नमेंट इज टेलिंग कि गांव-गांव में, घर-घर में जहां भी हो, चाहे दाई आपकी डिलीवरी कर रही है, पर HIV टेस्टिंग होनी चाहिए. बट वी वर नॉट एबल टू अचीव टिल नाउ. सो इट इज ए ड्यूटी ऑफ द एवरी गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट एटलीस्ट कि सबको ये नॉलेज स्प्रेड करें और सब लोगों को टेस्ट करें.
एंड इला इजीएस्ट इज, आप उसे आर्गुमेंट मत करो, आप लिखो वायरल मार्कर्स नीडेड. इफ शी सेज नो, लिखो रिफ्यूज, बस the onus will lie on her. फिर फटाफट करा लेगी वो जाकर बाहर.
ठीक बात है मैम, that's true.
And I think, you know, Dr. Ruby told last time, and I'm again repeating it. Anytime anybody comes to you, hepatitis B vaccination must be given, and HPV vaccination.
Ma'am,
Hello.
Ma'am, I have a question. अगर ये hepatitis B vaccine कितने दिन के बाद repeat करना है? Like I have given to all my staff and we have also taken in 2018. So do we have to repeat?
अभी repeat की जरूरत नहीं है.
मैम only thing, आजकल जो है, पहले जो बूस्टर कहा जाता था 5 साल के बाद और 10 साल के बाद बूस्टर की रिक्वायरमेंट थी, स्पेशली इन द हेल्थ केयर वर्कर. परंतु उस टाइम हमारे पास एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट अवेलेबल नहीं था. अगर आप कर सकते हैं तो डू द एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट, अदरवाइज 3 डोजेज आर गुड एनफ. ओके, तो क्योंकि 1%, 0, 1 and 6 3 डोजेज आपके दे दी. सो देन no need to take no need of the booster. Only thing, अगर जहाँ आपको डाउट लगता है आप एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट कराइए, which is now very cheap test. 300-350 रुपए में टेस्ट हो जाता है, and the result is next day out. If the titer range is more than 10, so you are not worried. You should not be worried. Only thing, if the patient, if the person develops any immunocompromised disease such as diabetes or patient on dialysis or HIV, definitely we give them the booster. Or these categories are those categories जिसमें हम 3 की जगह 4 वैक्सीन देते हैं. भी डायलिसिस के पेशेंट होते हैं, उसको हम 4 वैक्सीन देते हैं, डबल डोज.
अच्छा,
तो दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
नहीं 016 दिया, उसके बाद फिर कब रिपीट किया?
नहीं 016 आप दीजिए बस एक बार. इट इज
उसके बाद इम्यूनो.
मैम अगर आप चाहे तो 5 साल के बाद रिपीट कर सकते हैं, पर अगर आप एंटीबॉडी टाइटर करा रही हैं जिसके टाइटर अच्छे हैं तो जरूरत नहीं है.
तो उसको देख के